Hey. Whew. 95 right now, 11:57 Pacific Standard Time. Daylight time? Maybe. So, I have an interesting life that I live. The things that I really love, the things that make my spirit soar and how I feel good, generally doesn't include many other people. I really enjoyed taking my kids on a 15-week camping trip, even though there was some really extreme ups and even though there was some extreme downs. Some crazy shit happened on those 15 weeks. But it got me thinking about stuff like in my past relationship, I can speak for myself in my past relationship, and also it reflects many conversations I've heard living my life, doing my thing, being here, being there, which is, people say that they always have the kid's best interest in mind. Everybody always says that. I mean, it's so easy to say, just like it's so easy to say I love you. But love requires 24/7 diligence. Requires a lot of effort. It's not easy. Love is basically simple, but not easy. So to say that you have your children's best interests in mind, especially if you're going through a relationship that's no longer together and you have children, and the two of you have agreed to leave the courts out of it, even though the other one hires an attorney, has them call me. So in the best interest of the kids, let's see how it looks in my life. I want to share that with you. The other day, Maurice and I were talking, and the thing that comes out of her mouth is, I spoke to 50 guys, and of course that's her 28.365 exaggeration factor, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying what she said, right? Texted. So I get to put the tone, pace, and inflection on what she texted, and I like to have fun with it. Most people put a bunch of in other people's words, and how boring is that? Anyway, so we're keeping the children's best interest in mind here, and this is what it looks like in my life. I spoke to 50 guys, and they all said they would traverse hell or high water to be with their kids. Now, for somebody to say that to Marisa about me, especially for those of you who know, I've been a stay-at-home father with my children since inception. I missed a few nights fucking around talking with this guy Scott. I was searching for something. While being friends with Scott, the thing that I was searching for, I found. It's a perspective in which I live my life now. This was back in 2006. So I missed a few of the children's lives because I was deeply seeking knowledge. Now I deeply seek experiences. The crazy thing is, I get more knowledge from seeking experiences than I got knowledge from when I was seeking knowledge. Who knew? Anyways, you just have to be careful with what your experiences are. Make sure they're true. Make sure they're childhood dreamer within approved. All right, so here we are. So I say to Marisa, My God. If all 50 guys don't see that you have made it hell or high water for me to traverse and say nothing to you about it, well, they're just gonna fuck you and dump you. They're yes men. That's all they are. Oh, unless you left out a bunch of information like you always do. Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, so now we're back to, I had canceled my trip to Colorado because Marisa told Bonham that if Zane doesn't go camping, that she can't go. Bonham called me crying, frustrated. And when I asked her if she still wanted to go camping with me, even if Zane doesn't want to go, she got really uncomfortable and her face changed, and that's when I found out. Mom said that I can't go if Zane doesn't go. And then I get a text from Marisa. Keep in mind, this is all in what's best for the kids. So then I get a text from Marisa after I said I'm canceling my trip to Colorado. And she goes, oh, is it because Bonham said out of context that she couldn't go, that I said that she couldn't go if Zane didn't go? And I said no, because in the past, if I would have said yes, she would have went right to Bonham and yelled at her, and Bonham would never say anything to me again. Just like Trinity and Zane. Trinity and Zane told me about their friend, Marisa's friend, driving them with 2 or 3 margaritas in her down some mountain canyon road to some hot springs. Marisa's got my kids thinking it's okay to drive with 2 or 3 alcohol drinks in them. And how I know this is when after the girls told me this, I went immediately to Marisa. Marisa immediately goes to Zane and Trinity and says, why are you telling your dad everything? She only had 2 drinks, blah, blah, blah. And how I know this is because Zane repeated it. Not tattletale, just in conversation, you know. Her and I, we don't hide shit. She tries to, but, you know, she never did. Anyway, so back to what's best for the kids in my life. And I said, you know, Marisa, I just want to come over and get the kids. And she goes, that's fine. I'll meet you somewhere. And I said, no, that's not good enough for me. I need to be in the space where my children are. I need to visit my children in their space where they've been staying for the last year, because the prior 4 years they were with me. And she says, because this is what's best for the kids. I mean, those of you who don't know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you all do, but apparently Marisa doesn't, and I don't know how many people are like Marisa in this particular case. For those of you that don't know, spending time with your children in their own dwelling space has so many positive effects that if you don't visit your children in their own dwelling space, the negative effects are just as much, if not worse. What's happening is the other parent is sending a message to the children that she doesn't trust their daddy. Now, I've done nothing for this distrust to take place. However, if somebody was treating me as shitty as Marisa, if I was treating somebody as shitty as Marisa's been treating me about these kids, I think I would be scared for myself, not because of the other person necessarily, but because of how far I pushed that other person. Now, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder all the time because I pushed that person so far. So she says, I don't want you in my house, says Marisa. Because that's what's best for the kids, right? So if you're going to say it's best for the kids, make sure your boundary setting does not impact that negatively. For example, one of Marisa's boundaries is we can't talk about the past because there's nothing we can do about it. It makes me think about like if Marisa was the coach of an NBA basketball team. After every game, nobody would ever watch a videotape. They would never watch the video. They'd never watch the game again. They wouldn't go back and look at their mistakes to see if they could correct them. Everybody would just be pouting about how shitty they did, and then when somebody were to talk to them about, man, you had a horrible, shut up, man. That's in the past, dude. We can't fix that. I mean, could you imagine a team coached by a person who does not learn from the past because they have labeled the past taboo to talk about? Because I think it's because of all of the horrible choice making that she made during that time. Oh, she has yet to forgive herself for this. Therefore, she can't forgive anybody else for anything. So this is what's best for the kids looks like for me. I hope it looks better for you guys. And this is all friendly reminder stuff. By the way, I am not allowed to speak to Marisa about anything other than the kids. But when it comes to her to contact me, I'll text and text and text and text, and we'll go days where she doesn't return a text. And I'm like, fuck, I need some information here. But when Marisa hears her name in one of my videos, oh, goddamn, my phone blows up. I never use her last name. Those of you who know me know my former. Trying to control the freedom of expression of another is probably the most rude thing you could do. So I told her, you can't control me. I'm sorry, not in this situation. I'm not using your last name. For fuck's sakes, it could be Johnson for all I know. All right, peace.